This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Also, I've learned.
Ok, pera aí. Antes de ir pra essa daí, volta
Let
aqui.
us proceed to the next location. On to the nearest location.
Deixa eu ver se eu encontro o menino. Olha lá, ele tá ali, ó.
The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge.
Hi. Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveler? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but Mother won't allow it. She's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her judgment all the more. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. I happened upon this little curio the other day. Here, you're welcome to it if you'd like. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Oh, there's something written here.
Let's have a look then. Follow me, Master. Our next task awaits. On to the nearest location. The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge. That's not far from here.
I do so enjoy the smell of the forest.
Eita.
We are not alone here. Monsters lurk nearby. I sense them.
Here's as you say.
Ui, tomei uma bundada.
Have you been harmed?
Sim, pô.
I hold up the arm. Now to bring it down. Let it taste our fury.
Ui, uma pisada. Tentei bloquear, mas não dá. Isso aqui é muito... Me ajuda aí, pô. Ui. Vamos pra cabeça dele, vamos pra cabeça dele. Boa! Tentar subir nele aqui. Ui! Não! Não era pra subir no braço, não. Ele tá desarmado, tá desarmado. Ah, ele pegou um tronco.
Fire is not its weakness, but its strength.
Ui. Nossa, é muito ruim não ter rolamento tudo. É, você toma uns danos aqui cabuloso.
Our foe appears to have grown just as weary as we.
Ha! They don't stand a chance against us.
Aí. Boa! Ih, tem lobo agora. Pronto. Matou o lobo. Cara, tem mais lobo? O que tem? Missão do peão Karen. Derrote um ciclope. Oh, que bom. Aê! Luna subiu de nível. Da hora, da hora. Cadê a Karen? Aqui, vamos lá. Tá pra lá e já tem uns...
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here. Yon statue may yield new secrets, if we can reach it.
Shall we search for a path to lead us to it?
Protect the shipment! Steel yourself! Cut the fiends down! Don't let them touch the shipment!
Caralho!
Lee, how did this happen? We must respect the cargo!
Perfeito, perfeito. Opa.
Avoid flame at any cost. You've been doused in oil.
Ush. Boa.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tis done.
Se encontrou o soldado e a carga
Thank you
deles.
for coming to our aid. That was a tight spot you saved us from. And what luck! Nary a scratch on the wares to show for it.
Essa parte era só isso? Porra, porra. Que fácil, pô.
Now to report to Captain Grant.
É isso.
I believe I can guide you to the person in question. Pray, follow me. The person we're here to meet is nowhere to be seen. Shall we come back later?
Seems we're a bit stuck. Might we have overlooked aught of import?
Beleza. Aqui vai ter que vir mais tarde. No mesmo dia, né?
What do you want?
Nada não. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo comprar algum equipamento melhor pra Luna.
This really is fine craftsmanship. This part's a little different as well. Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind. Curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself. And even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing. No matter how they fascinate me, it isn't to be.
Tá, vou dar um arco pra esse cara. Eu acho que eu tenho um guardado, né? Um do lado. Aguenta a mão aí, tio. Fazer a boa ação do dia.
These foreign bows do so intrigue me, but I shall admire them from afar. You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect. Such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply will not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold. But this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
We ought to
isso.
put it to good use.
Então deixa eu ver a missão. Explore o norte das minas e procure os ruínas. Ok. Ok. Talvez eu tenha que estar com arco também. Agora não tem muito o que eu fazer. Tem que reportar lá a missão. Acho que vale a pena a gente dar uma cochilada. A semana da jornada de Mildred acabou. Então, fale com Mildred. Tá.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights.
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you?
20 mil, acabei de gastar dinheiro, pô.
Sorry I am to hear it. You know where to find me, should you change your mind?
'Tis the dream of many to own a home, Master. Shall we gather the requisite funds to make it our own?
Não, com certeza, mas, pô,
I knew it to be so.
podia ter me avisado antes, né? Bom. Vamos lá, Karen vai me levar pro lugar agora certo.
We've arrived, just as planned.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. 'Tis common knowledge among the people that 'twas you who delivered them from danger. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the Arisen grows by the day. Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when Disa can no longer deny your presence. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. 'Tis a symbol of my own gratitude.
We have accomplished what we set out to do. That is laudable in and of itself.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen.
Qual sobrando? Vamos lá, fale da Rainha Regente.
You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation.
Procure evidências dos delitos de Disa.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen.
Por enquanto
Do
é
not
isso.
forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Quanto dinheiro eu tô? 20, agora eu posso comprar. Eita, porra.
I've never heard such nonsense.
É isso, briga de bar. Vou ficar pobre? Vou ficar pobre. Mas... é a vida.
I'd fain sell you this home of mine, only don't ask me to lower the price any further. 'Tis as generous as... Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Você comprou residência.
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
O lugar para chamar concluído. Beleza. É nós, então. Deixa eu ver a missão agora. Tem planos de Disa, infiltra. Olha, sabe fazer. Caixa ornamentada, invasores escamosos. Vamos fazer esse, depois vamos nos invasores escamosos que eu acho que a Luna avisou. Meia-noite alvorada e procure por isso. Tá bom.
Shall we make for Burnworth Palace?
Vamos. Bora.
We're here, and none the worse for wear.
I would appreciate...
Entrada restrita. Alguns locais são totalmente proibidos e outros só podem ser acessados em horário específico do dia. Por exemplo, se um guarda te encontrar nas dependências do palácio à noite, irá te capturar e te levar à prisão por invasão de domicílio. Da mesma forma, há certos locais que proíbem terminantemente a entrada de peões. Os bailes de máscara ocorrem regularmente no salão do baile de máscara no Castelo de Vermont e podem ser uma boa oportunidade para conhecer pessoas importantes. No entanto, esses bailes são eventos formais e você só poderá entrar se estiver usando vestimentas adequadas.
Appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
Então onde que eu tenho que ir? Peraí. Mapa. Tem que entrar guarita. Mas, aqui eu não posso ser pego dentro, né? Se eu andar...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Opa, aí sim.
I'm nodding off where I stand. Seems my feet always lead me here.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Guarita. A armadura de marchador é uma da divisão. Será que a gente tem que vestir isso? Equipamento. Acho que sim, né? Pra gente ficar disfarçado. Agora eu tenho que me virar aqui, né? Opa, tem coisa pra pegar aqui, né? Lá é a saída, só tem pra vir pra cá mesmo. Aqui não dá pra lugar nenhum. Deixa eu ver no mapa. Como é que eu chego aqui? Tem um caminho pra cá. Não, é por dentro. Tem que subir. Provavelmente tem que ir pra cá. Subir uma escada aqui. Aqui. Guarita também. É. Vou ter que vir pra cá, ó, me infiltrar, subir uma escada aqui pra chegar pra cá. Estou achando tudo muito estranho. Os peões costumavam aparecer aos montes na Pedra Fenda, mas já faz tempo que não vejo nenhum por lá. Não consigo imaginar para onde eles possam ter ido. Será que eu deveria reportar? Por que apareceu a minha vida? Acho que por aqui, hein? É isso. E na tranquilidade. Agora é apenas porque te quero.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose.
Aí sim. Bom, a gente já sabia quem era, né?
You mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Eita.
Regent Kin Sven, where have you been, Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my mind.
Ui.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen you. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think, Disa's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen.
Magistrado, vamos lá.
Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Beleza. Então aqui, o magistrado aprisionado, obviamente vão saber fazer.
As pawns are not permitted within the castle, I will bid you farewell when we reach the entrance.
Beleza, então novamente a gente vai pra lá.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
Mas aonde que eu tenho que ir? É pra cima, é pra baixo, é pra onde? Ah, é pra cá, né? Porque tá descendo. Masmorra desce. Torre da prisão, né?
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls.
E onde será que tá o cara?
Soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
Eita, pô.
I mustn't let the captain see my knees knocking.
Eles não me vêem, não? Tá, tem várias pessoas assim, como eu sei? Não, se eu usar, não sei se eu botei de novo. Como é que eu vou saber quem é quem aqui? Não tem ninguém aqui. Não tem ninguém aqui. Olha o tamanho da ratazana. Provavelmente não era aquela pessoa, né? É um daqueles. Ué. Então será que aqui é a saída? Que a gente vai fugir? Provável, né? Então, pera aí. Esse cara aqui é...
And have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with 3 options. Either the law of our world that allows only one arisen has been upended, or Disa's arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Disa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be.
The Magistrate seeks a place to quench his thirst for knowledge. Where might we find one, I wonder?
My master told me that the slums hide many secrets. Mayhap we ought to investigate for ourselves.
Então temos que investigar os cortiços. Aqui não tem nada. Bom, eu não vou abrir a cela do Tião lá. Bom, não vou abrir mais a cela nenhuma, acho que não tem nada aqui. Vamos lá. Não sei onde
It was a
posso.
fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent?
Nossa, aqui o lugar é uma saída do quê?
Aye. Tell is her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a romantic tint.
Tá falando que é a saída de algum lugar. Mas do que seria? Não dá pra entrar aqui. Talvez se eu fosse muito pequenininho, tem escada aqui. É, vai ficar pra depois.
My head hurts just thinking about it. What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were.
Encontrei um buquê de flores. Tá.
Steel yourself. What's the storyteller for sorrow will be no different.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 't weren't far away.
O que tá acontecendo aqui? Eita! Caramba, eita!
Strike me if you
well right where it hurts.
Let my magic grant you an elemental wound.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
Deixa eu subir aqui pra dar um ataque forte nele. Opa. Aff, tô sem estamina. Nossa. Aí congelando, desgraçadinho. Ixi. Aê, boa! Boa!
Confidence and cooperation gave us an edge against our foe.
Of course! The fight would have been lost.
That we still have no inkling of the false sovereign's origins is most vexing.
Aí ficou tudo molhado, hein?
Hoi, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will, though it came to me through you, of course. Pray, take this with my thanks. 'Tis quite a rarity, as I hear it. I hope 'tis to your liking. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
True enough.
Concluído finalmente a caixa ornamentada.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master.
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man...
Fique de olho no mendigo. Nossa, mas quanta missão agora apareceu.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Is worth a pound of cure.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune... Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. You see, one of the children we care for, Malcolm his name is, he's a steady lad. This building's very old. Might I impose on you to...
What we need now is information. The question is, where to find it? No harm in picking...
Good tidings to you. Are you the Arisen, perchance? Aye, I thought you might be the one. My husband spoke of you, you see. 'Tis through him I hear much of the gossip going around town. I suppose you're here to see him. You'll have to come another day, I fear. He's been sent out on a mission, and I can't say when he'll return. 'Tis a perilous mission at that. I've heard he is to fell a Dullahan at the Ill-Doer's resting place. I worry for him. I do hope he'll fare all right.
Tá, não me deu nenhuma missão.
Shall we seek some answers?
Sir Ludolf's lust knows no bounds. This time he's set his sights on the Watchhead's missus.
Que?
Still, however pressed, no man is like to hand her his own wife, eh? The Watchhead refused, and rightly so. But his lordship doesn't take no for an answer. He employed his usual method, which is to say, he dispatched the Watchhead on a mission to slay a Dullahan. Poor old Gregor departed last night. I'm sorry to say it, but he shan't be returning alive. That's the sort of man that noble is, you see. Naught noble about him, if you ask me.
Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery.
Ok.
Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
Shall we report our results?
Claro. Vamos falar pro tio aqui.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly.
Bora, bora, bora. Caramba, o velho tá... Aí, ó, falei.
I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
Nossa. Opa.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind.
I knew it to be so.
Bom, se tem um monte de books, a gente já sabe quem trazer pra cá, né? Pra gente explorar melhor aqui.
into a pincushion.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream.
A história sobre a
That's just what I
Profundez.
was thinking.
Concluída.
Hi. How do you do? This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never expected this.
The books ne'er seem...
Tá, então agora a gente tem que falar com o cara lá, o Magistrado. Pra falar desse lugar aqui que o bichão vai gostar.
Isis Sting is yours to wield.
O que é isso aqui? Marcas do indagador. 240 dessas marcas espalhadas pelo mundo. No Salão da Guilda você receberá recompensas especiais, agora à medida que aumente sua coleção. Tá bom.
Now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Olha, pelo mapinha tem uma cela que tem uma saída secreta, hein? É mesmo, ó. Tem uma paredinha ali.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? Oh, to think such a place existed. Oh, very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
Por que os caras não vão em... Os caras não estão nem aí.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Vamos reportar ao Brent e aí a gente vai dormir.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
We're here.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might... Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
Pedra Barca.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim
Rumores de
as
alarde.
a true arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain unseen, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Disa's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
This task is our responsibility. We must strive to see it fulfilled.
We're off to Vernworth Palace then.
Mas não agora.